Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to talk about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures and videos and emails. And if you would like to send me something for a video, just email me, okay? Because my email's in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member, and she sent in quite a few pictures, and it's really awesome. Oh, okay. She said, I really appreciate you and all of your effort to put into your videos. I love watching them all. Thank you for your updates and amazing creativity. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate you. I really try to make my videos not just educational, but, you know, um, exciting too, and I know that sometimes, like I'll mess up on a video or whatever, like I did with the one video, and you're like, I can't understand you. It's because the software that I use on my computer for not, I don't edit. It's like when I take like different clips and then I put pictures in and stuff like that, or videos in, and sometimes I guess like the software just messes up and I don't realize it. But yeah, but thank you so much for your kind words. She said, I did a prepper experiment and I wanted to share my results. Oh, okay. She said, this past weekend I used a can of garbanzo beans, and so I decided that I would finally try that experiment where people whip garbanzo water into a substitute for frothy latte milk. What? Girl, okay, I make my own iced coffee, okay? And I love my iced coffee. Um, I just use like my K cups, right? And I just brew them into like a large container, and I just add sugar and milk or whatever, and you put in whatever you want, and I just put it over ice, and oh my god, it's amazing. And like I use the flavored coffee, and stuff like that. Like I don't just use like plain coffee because I'm plain Jane, but not when it comes to my coffee. But anyway, I had no idea that you could do this for a latte. Okay. I'm all about latte and cappuccino, all about it. All right. She said, I have to admit that I wasn't very optimistic, but guess what? It absolutely makes a frothy milk. Shut the front door, you lint licker. She said, total disclosure. The texture is amazingly creamy, and the froth doesn't break down. However, there's an undertone of taste of garbanzo it wasn't a deal breaker, but it was noticeable. What if you just added like sugar or, something, um, because isn't there sugar in milk? Anyway, she said, whoever tried this idea first must have been a real genius. To follow the following pictures show the can of garbanzo, the battery powered milk frother. I have one of those. I love it. And the finished result. It was a fun experiment. I'd like to know if other people have tried this and what their thoughts are. Okay. I'm going to have to go in to do this. Oh my God. This is this is genius. So here is an email from a community member that I've been speaking to about something that her daughter went through. And she sent me some pictures, to emphasize on what's really going on. And she said, I'm hoping you'll do a video on something interesting, things that the US Census Bureau is doing. For the last 2 years, they have been aggressively pursuing my daughter to coerce her into complying with providing a lot of personal information for programs that they call the American Housing Survey and the American Community Survey. And I went on those websites, and for the love of me, I really truly just wanted to put in like some false information just to see where it would take me. But then my husband's like, don't do it. Don't, because they could track your IP address and they'll know that it's not real and blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. So she said the first one is supposed to be voluntary, but the Chicago region field representatives failed to mention that part when they are standing on your doorstep with their air of authority. They seriously came to your house? In my 19 years of living in this house that I built, I have never had a census person come to my house. Never. Yeah. And now that I just jinxed myself, I always do that. Anyway, they claim your response is required by U.S. law and the authority to impose a penalty for not responding to the community survey. The questions involve info about specific details of your living space, your personal data, education and finances, and etc. It has been creepy and surreal experience. I can send you more info if interested. And she did. So hang on. So she sent in pictures of what it looks like, okay? And it says, does this house, apartment, or mobile home have hot, cold running water, bathtub or shower, sink with faucet, a stove or range, refrigerator? Can you or any member of this household both make and receive phone calls when at this house, apartment, or mobile home? Include calls using cell phones, landlines, or other phone devices. At this house, apartment, or mobile home, do you or any member of this household own or use any of the following types of computers? Desktop, laptop, smartphone, tablet, or other portable wireless computer. Some other type of computer, specify. At this house, apartment, or mobile home, do you or any member of this household have access to the internet? Yes, by paying a cell phone company or internet service provider. Yes, without paying a cell phone company or internet service provider. Skip to question 12. No to the internet at this house, apartment, or mobile home. Skip to question 12. So then, let's see, the next one says, do you or any member of this household have access to the internet using a cellular data plan for smartphone or mobile device, broadband, high-speed internet service? Does this have anything to do with the fact that this administration wants to finagle with our intranet broadband? Just saying. Cable, fiber, optic, DSL service installed in this household, satellite internet service installed in this household, dial-up internet service installed in this household. They still have dial-up anyway, or some other service. How many automobiles, vans, cars, trucks, 1-ton capacity or less are kept at home for use by members of this household? None, all the way to 6 or more. Which fuel is most used for heating this house, apartment, or mobile home? Gas from underground pipes serving the neighborhood, gas, bottled, tanker, LP, electric, fuel, oil, kerosene, etc. Coal or coke? Say what? Wood, solar energy, other fuel. What does that say? No fuel used. Huh. Take a look at this one first. And then here's the last one. What is this person's main occupation? Describe the person's most important activities or duties. For example, instruct or evaluate students, create lessons plans, assemble and install pipe sections, review building plans for work details. Excuse me? Income in the past 12 months. Mark X the yes box for each type of income this person received. Give your best estimate of the total amount during the past 12 months. Note the past 12 months is the period from today's date 1 year ago up through today. Mark X in the no box to show types of income not received. If net income was a loss, mark loss box. For income received jointly, report the appropriate share for each person, or if that's not possible, report the whole amount for only one person and mark no box for the other person. Wow. Wages, salary, commissions, bonuses, tips from all jobs. Self-employment income from own non-farm business or farm business, including proprietorships or partnerships. Interest, dividends, non-rental income, royalty income, or income from estates and trusts. Holy smacks. And then it says Social Security or railroad retirement, how much you make. Supplemental or SSI, public assistance or welfare payments, retirement income pensions, survivor disability income, any other sources of income received regularly through veterans, VA payments, unemployment compensation, child support, or alimony. What was this person's total income during the last 12 months? And then here's the other one. It says, which best describes this building? Include apartments, flats, etc., even if vacant. Mobile home, one family house detached from any other house. One family house attached to one or more houses. Building with 2 apartments, building with 3 or 4 apartments, building with 5 to 9 apartments, building with 10 to 19 apartments, building with 20 to 49 apartments, building with 50 or more apartments, RV, boat, van, etc. About when was this building first built? If you're a tenant living in an apartment building, how the heck are you supposed to know? So it goes 2020 or later, specify year, and then it goes all the way down to 1939 or earlier. What, when did person 1 listed on page 2 move into the house, apartment, or mobile home, month and year? Geez, they really want to know everything. And then let's see, it says, how many acres is this house mobile home on? Less than an acre, 1 to 9.9 acres, 10 or more acres. In the past 12 months, what were the actual sales of all the agricultural products from this property? What? None? And it goes to 10,000 or more. How many separate rooms are in this house, apartment, or mobile home? Rooms must be separated by built-in archways or walls that extend out at least 6 inches and go from floor to ceiling, including bedrooms, kitchens, etc. Exclude bathrooms, porches, balconies, foyers, halls, or unfinished basements. And then it wants you to put number of rooms. How many of these rooms are bedrooms? Count as bedrooms, those rooms you would list if this house, apartment, or mobile home were for sale or rent. If this is an efficiency studio apartment, print 0, number of bedrooms. Why? Why all the questions? Look. I am literally at a loss why they would need to know all of that information. Why do they need this information? What are they going to do with this information? I mean, I'm shocked. Maybe somebody else in the community has dealt with this, but I honestly have never dealt with this before in my life, never. And I even, I texted my husband. I'm like, hey, have you ever dealt with the census? Had to fill anything out ever? And he was like, no. And he was like, why? And I told him, and he's just like, what the heck? We didn't even think they did this kind of stuff anymore. Yeah. So here's an email from my one of my best friends in the UK. She said, here's an email for you with some stupid stuff from over here. Oh, dear Lord. She said, so first up is my favorite place, the Co-op supermarket. I went down there Saturday evening. A lot of the shelves were looking a bit sparse, although several workers were out on the shop floor with cages and trolleys restocking some items. I told you some time ago that 4 or 5 meat, chicken, fish fridges had been empty for months and had been filled with cans of lager, beer, fizzy drinks, etc. Yes, I remember that. She said, well, they've now had a fresh restock of bottles of wine, cans of lager, and beer. Opposite these fridges is a chilled cabinet that has meal deals. Well, at least half of it was empty, and the rest of it has now been filled with bottles of lager and beer. Also, the seasonal items for Christmas that they have isn't very good. They haven't got a lot of items that they normally always have, and there's no Terry's white chocolate orange for you. Oh no! Oh, that's my favorite. And she said, and me either. So it goes without saying, I'm not happy about this at all. So I'm going to try and see if I can get it from somewhere else. Oh, dear Lord, that's the only chocolate that I'll eat. And the only time I get it is when she sends it to me. Oh, she said, now on to other news. For the last 2 to 3 weeks, there's been a Miss 19 inquiry, which is still going on. I can't tell you what this is about or why it's being done, as I haven't followed it. I've just seen a daily live stream keep popping up on my YouTube suggestions, but I'm going to guess that inquiry is going to be partly about mistakes that were made and what can be learned, that kind of BS, so they can put it to bed once and for all and forget about it and hope they've satisfied the public by being seen to be doing something. Michael Gove, Gove, who is a member of parliament and part of our government, said yesterday that Miss 19 was man-made, was apparently very quickly shut down. Oops, did he let that slip? Apparently, girl, what? Is he trying to tell us something, or is it just what he thinks? No, 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 no. She said, I won't say anymore other than I agree with him, as do many others around the world. Today, Jenny Harries, who I think is the chief medical examiner or something during Miss 19, had admitted that patients were discharged from hospitals straight into care homes. There are news headlines saying this was done deliberately, and it was to save the NHS, which is National Health Service. So basically, these pieces of shites deliberately spread this in care homes for the elderly, sick, and disabled, is what I read into this. And there's only one reason you would do that: to kill them off. Simples. Yeah. That's what I think about it anyway, and I'm not interested in their reasons or excuses for doing what they did, because they would only lie anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like you'll ever get a straightforward, truthful answer. It's disgusting. It really truly is. So next up is shortages of meds and other drugs, which is being blamed on Brexit. According to this article, HRT. Okay, she left all the article links. Okay, I'll put those in the description box below. Antibiotics and ADHD medications are among those in desperate short supply this winter, but they are not the only ones. I have 2 meds which I order online every month. Over the last 3 months, every time I've gone to order them, the online pharmacy has it marked as out of stock every month. I am having to wait longer in the previous month for those items. You know, there's one med, because you guys know that I'm 100% disabled. And there's one medication that I was on, and it's been out of stock for 6 months. 6 months, yeah, and I can't get it. Nobody can get it, and it's like, please figure it out, because I'm going nuts. You know what I mean? So she said one of them I ordered at the end of September or beginning of October, and I ended up having to wait 6 weeks before it finally was delivered to me. Thankfully, I've managed to acquire stock of meds, so I wasn't desperate, but I would have been in trouble if I didn't have this in stock. I recently ordered one of my monthly meds, and I had to wait 2 weeks for it, and it was only delivered yesterday. But I have plenty of this stocked up, so I wasn't worried. So that's it from me, but I have more to tell you in another day. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so those links will be in the description box below, okay? And now for a commercial break. And here is an email from a community member, and she left me a link for the FDA. And it said, with mysterious illnesses with the dogs lately, I want to see if there have been any pet food recalls that we have not heard about. I know salmonella is different than this mysterious illness with the dogs, but there's a list of dry cat food and dog food recalls. Oh, good Lord. Really? All right, I'll check it out. I'll leave the link in the description box below, okay? So here's a picture that was sent in by a community member, and it says Sustainable Developmental Goals. 1, no poverty. 2, zero hunger. 3, good health and well-being. 4, quality education. 5, gender equality. 6, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. 8, decent work and economic growth. 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. 10, reduced inequalities. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12, responsible consumption and production. 13, climate action. 14, life below water. 15, life on land. 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. 17, partnerships for the goals. And this are the WEF's goals, unfortunately. So, yeah, here's the picture. And before I go, I leave you with this video, okay? All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.
Lemons are not real. Let me explain. You see, first of, not only are lemons not real and man-made, but real lemons aren't even sour. You see, if you ever tried a real lemon, it actually is sweet and tastes similar to an orange. This is not the point. Lemons still rank as a 2 on the pH scale. This means it is extremely acidic to the body and causes more harm than good. The real lemons that actually derive from Earth are called key limes. Limes are one of God's most healing creations and should never be taken for granted. You can notice benefits like better digestion and a reduction in inflammation almost instantly. This is because key limes are alkaline, which means it assimilates with the alkaline body God gave us.